So I wanted to share this information, which it's a great story. It's about my mother and myself, and it was a very uplifting weekend. Here's why. So 3 years ago, Tad, my partner, died of 20 years, and we weren't married. And when he died, it was sudden, and the hospital couldn't tell me shit. It was hard, hardest thing I've ever been through. Well, this weekend, my 91-year-old mother went to the hospital, and she was dehydrated, high blood pressure. But long story short, about Saturday, she and now keep in mind, she fights with my stepdad. They're like teenagers. They fight and get back together all the time. I'm not even sure if they're still married or not, but it's like that kind of situation. Well, he left. They got more of their fights, and so she's up there alone, and she starts calling me saying that, call the police. They're making me stay here. I don't want to stay here. I'm like, who's making you stay there? Wait, slow down. So I talk to the nurse. She starts, well, who is this? Who is this? They're trying to give me these. I'm like, look, we ain't playing that. I am her son. Can you tell me what's going on up there? And can I talk to the doctor? Yeah, well, your mother is like, but starts saying my mom has dementia. I said, listen, stop right there. Are you a doctor? Can I speak to the doctor on call? Okay, well then, since you can't seem to locate him, here's what you're gonna do. You have 15 minutes to get together, because if you don't let my mother leave, I will sue your ass. Do you hear me? Do you understand me? And I basically let them have it. I was like, well, I did not know I had that in me. Well, my mom calls me back, and I'm keeping my cool. She's like, help. I'm like, Mom, you need to just chill. I'm trying to do everything I can. So I call my stepdad. He's very deaf. Hello? I'm like, okay, here's what you're going to do, cowboy. You need to go pick up my mother tomorrow. Okay, so he agrees to doing that. So I called back up there. I said, can I talk to the nurse? I said, first of all, I'd like to apologize. I did kind of go a little bit off the handle, but something happened to me a couple years back, and it really put a bad taste in my mouth about this. She goes, okay, well, she's not at the nursing station. I go, can I talk to her? I said, Mom, I'm not calling the police. She goes, I call the police. I said, Mother, you are going to calm down and stay one more night at that hospital, because if you don't, they don't know you. They are going to inject you with some sort of calming mechanism, and you will not be able to leave. She said, okay. She agreed to it. I got a call from the nurse about an hour later. Just want to let you know your mother is lovely. She's fine. She's shaking our hands. She remembers everybody. She doesn't have dementia. I'm like, yeah, my mom has a defense mechanism. She's fun. She's an endearing quality. Apparently, she goes, well, I guess it was kind of my fault too. We have another patient, and I mistook her for that patient, and she had a urinary tract infection. So, if your mother doesn't have a tract infection, she doesn't have dementia. I'm like, yeah, I could get so. Well, apparently they were trying to come after my mother and say that she had a urinary tract infection. So my mom went into crazyville and decided she was going to act crazy, because that's what we do. And I know my mother. She's starting to act like she's crazy. That's her defense mechanism. And God bless her. She ain't crazy. She's got all her wits about her, and that's her survival mechanism. And here's the point of the story. 10 years ago, I had flesh-eating bacteria, okay? The first hospital I went to, they wanted to keep me there. I did not know what to do. I was like, I had to fend for myself, because they were closing in. I thought they were going to kill me. So I got on the phone with my mom. And I'm like, can I take this phone call outside? And they're like, sure. I went outside and I snuck out that goddamn hospital and went to a hospital that I could get care at. So in a way, this is our mother-son survival of the fittest. And it's just a beautiful thing. And I love her dearly. And I'm glad she's home safe.